Morning Year 4. Welcome to lesson number 1 on Monday the 11th of May. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and you're all keeping safe and well. We just want to say that we miss you all so much, but we're loving all the home learning that we're getting to see, which includes pictures of your wonderful smiling faces. So please continue to send those. We love seeing them. Thank you. Okay, so we hope you enjoyed last week's Science Week. We really enjoyed carrying that out as well. So this week we're going to be coming back to our ancient Greece topic. And today what we would like you to do for your task is we would like you to research some information all about ancient Greece, and we would like you to make a fact file on the information that you have found out. Okay? Now today I'm going to be talking you through a website that I used to find my information, and then I'm going to show you my fact file that I've written and talk you through the different features that I would like you to include for yours. Okay, so we're going to start off by having a look at the website and having a look at some information, and we will talk through the fact file later on. So here is the website that I've used, historyforkids.net. You can see the link at the top of the page. This particular website has got lots and lots of different information all about ancient Greece, split into different sections. Okay, so here you can see all of the different areas all about ancient Greece. I've chosen 4, but you may wish to choose different ones, or you might want to choose more than 4. Okay. So the first one that we're going to look at is Greek daily life. Now you can see that there's information about Greek daily life underneath here. Okay, as we scroll down, it talks about how their lives were fairly similar, how Greek societies were full of different culture. They'd love food and music and literature. Their government, very similar to ours. Their actual government building would be built on top of an acropolis, which is a tall sort of hill. Then we've got daily life, Greeks living in fairly small houses, and special events that they would go to as well. Okay, so that's our first section that I've looked at for mine. The second section that I've looked at is for Greek food. And you will see that Greek food, their diet and still today, very much consists of vegetables, chickpeas, asparagus, cucumbers, celery. Picture there of a Greek salad. Now, olives, very important to a Greek diet. They actually believe that the goddess Athena gave the first olive tree to Athens before it spread across the rest of Greece, which I love. Love that fact. Okay, next one we're going to look at is Greek clothing. And Greeks wore tunics, men and women. Men's tunics down to their knees, women's tunics down to their feet. And a lot of their tunics, a lot of the clothes were actually made at home, which I thought was really interesting. But most surprisingly is that most Greek men and women didn't wear shoes. And I would think that's probably because how hot it used to be. They didn't want anything too restrictive, which is completely understandable, isn't it? Okay, so there's some information about Greek clothing. Now, the last one that we're going to be looking at are Greek families and different family traditions. Now, on this particular page, it looks very much at the difference between men and women. Men were expected to go out and work, and they would work in the fields or in government or as soldiers. The women, on the other hand, were expected to stay at home, and they actually had to ask for permission from their husbands to leave the house, which I thought was surprising. Now, children were expected to go to school until the age of 18, and when they finished school, they would go to military school for another 2 years for discipline and to show respect, really. Okay, so hopefully you're able to gather some information from this website or another website that you've found. And as you can see back on the main page, there's actually lots of different areas that you may wish to look at as well that you might find interesting. Okay, everyone, so hopefully you've had a chance to have a look through some of the information that I used for my fact file, and I'm just going to show you the different features that I would like you to be able to use when you come to write yours. Okay, now I'm sure you will recognise these, but I just want to recap them anyway. So I would like you to include at the top of your fact file a nice big heading to show what your fact file is about. So ancient Greece. Then you will obviously need to have a think about your subheadings. Now I've done 4 subheadings, and you will see when you have a look at my next what they are, but they're very clearly defined, and then you've got your text underneath. Okay. Then I would like you to obviously write your facts that you've researched. Really, really important that you use your own words when you come to writing your facts, and not just copying and pasting from the website into your writing, okay? Because then you're not fully understanding what all the facts are. So that's very, very important. Excuse me. Paragraphs is also something that you're going to be needing to write in. So for your sections under your subheadings, they will form your paragraphs. Okay, so we're looking for around 4 paragraphs ideally. Some of you might want to have a think about less than that, maybe 2 paragraphs. Some of you may want the challenge of even writing an extra one, or maybe even 2 more. Okay, so then if possible, if you're doing it on the computer, see if you can copy and paste a picture into your text and write a caption for it. So a caption, if you remember, is just a very, very short phrase or sentence that describes the picture, and you'll see those in mine as well. Okay, and then lastly, I'd like you to have a think about some fronted adverbials that you could use to start your sentences to make them a little bit more interesting. Okay, not just ancient Greece, and then it's repeated every time. We obviously want a nice variety of sentence openers, so have a think about those too, and have a look in mine. Okay, so here is my example of my fact file on ancient Greece. You can see at the top I've got my heading, Ancient Greece Fact File, my first subheading, Daily Life in Ancient Greece. Then underneath that I've got my information about that particular section. I've got a picture and my caption, Acropolis. Okay, my second subheading, Greek food. Same again, all of the information in my own words that I've taken from the website. Greek clothing with the picture as well. You can see that I've used my own facts, and the last subheading I used is family traditions. And you can see I've got a nice fronted adverbial to start with, interestingly, but I've also tried to think about different ways to start my sentences throughout. Okay, so there's my fact file on ancient Greece. I'm hoping that you were able to identify all of the features that I talked about earlier, and you're able to find them and spot them in my fact file. Now, when you come to write yours, you can either type it on the computer or you can handwrite it, and you can draw your own pictures. Whatever you choose, we'll be absolutely happy with, as long as you're using your own words when you're writing your facts and not just copying and pasting the ideas onto the page. Okay, so good luck everybody. Really, really excited to see your detailed fact files. And for those of you that want a little bit more of a challenge when you come to do your writing, I'd really like to see some embedded clauses included as well. So remember, they're the comma sandwich little clauses that go in the middle of the sentences. They can be with commas or they can be with brackets. It'd be wonderful to see some of those, and maybe even a few semicolons if some of you want to have a go at using those. Remember, we've talked about how to use those at school. So good luck with that, everybody. And we are excited to read all of your fact files. Okay, have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.